This is a car, and this is a West Coast Customs car. What started out as a one-man shop has grown into a worldwide empire. No matter how big we get, it's still all about the cars. We have the most skilled technicians and creative ideas. At West Coast Customs, we build the cars that people only dream about. I'm Ryan Friedlinghouse, and I'm inviting you inside West Coast Customs. I just got a call from my good friend Shaq. It's always good to get a call from him. We have a really, really long history together. I built him tons of cars. I mean, over probably 30, 40 cars. He was a big piece of my business growing. I mean, he was my first real celebrity client that I built a car for that allowed me to use his name and just promote my brand with him attached to it. So he invited me out to Orlando. He said he wants to talk to me about a build, which is always good. And I get a trip out of the shop, so I'm gonna go see what he wants to talk about. Okay, so I made it. Shaq called me up. He said, hey, Ryan, I want you to come out to Orlando, meet with me, talk about something. So he's on set for his new show that he's doing here for True TV. So I figured, why not come out, see Orlando for a minute, meet with my old buddy. Hey.
What up, bro?
I made it.
Took you so long?
You know, a couple flights here and there, but I'm here.
Where'd you leave from?
From LA.
Oh, I sent my plane to Van Nuys. My bad. Next time, next time. What's up, brother?
I was just coming to see you at work.
Yeah, I'm just
set,
chilling.
Huh?
Doing my new little show, Upload with Shaquille on there. Have a seat. I invited Ryan out to Orlando because he hasn't done a car for me in a while. You remember J-Dub, right?
Yeah.
White chocolate?
Yeah.
So I'm at the light one day, he pulled up. His Jeep is cold.
And it's white?
White, ooh, white one, sitting on some 20-somethings.
Nice.
I mean, I don't really want all the fancy stuff, but I always wanted the Jeep. So I went to the Jeep dealership. It's 4-door.
Yeah.
You know, like me and you, like whenever I get something, I always go to the seats and see if I can move it back. There ain't really much room there. Think you can do it?
Of course.
Ryan, don't say you
Come on.
Don't say you can do it if you
We've
can't
been
do
through
it.
a lot of stuff. How many cars?
Like 50, 60.
I forgot about how many cars I built you.
We did a lot. Like
I was
50, 60.
Dude, you remember all of them?
No, probably not.
Check this out. Tell me if you remember this one.
I remember that one. Ryan and myself were the connoisseurs. Ryan was around before all the other guys that's doing it, and I was around before all the other guys that's doing it. So people, when you see us, just say thank you, because we created your swag, plain and simple.
When I first met you and you got that, remember you got the green?
Yeah, the green one.
Azure.
Right.
You couldn't drive it.
So you had
and
to
you
put,
said,
yeah,
can
so
you make me a Superman steering wheel for it? Huh?
Remember that, yeah. Look, on the Rolls Royce.
This was the first
I couldn't fit,
challenge.
so I put a metal Cheech and Chong steering wheel. Look at it. Dun, 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 dun.
And we took the whole back seat out, remember?
Put bump.
Boom.
Oh.
In a Azure. I mean,
Those
that's
pictures, bro.
that's like drop head time.
Yes, unheard of. I was the first one with the money green Azure. All you ballers is doing now, pay homage to the one and only king. I was the first to waste money on cars.
Come on, it wasn't a waste.
That's a waste. You can't do that to a Rolls Royce.
I know, that's true.
You can't take the back seat out of a Rolls Royce.
That's true.
Oh, I forgot I had 2 of them.
Yeah.
I had 2 Rolls Royces. Oh my, I'd be forgetting sometime. Oh,
remember those bands with the Shaq headlights?
And the Shaq headlights and some spinners. I was the first one with spinners.
Oh, man, we built some crazy things together.
Like early on in our career, I used to rush you. I ain't gonna rush you this time. Take your time.
Yeah, right.
Take your time. Ryan, take your time.
Can I record this?
Because like early on in our career, I used to rush you. I ain't gonna rush you this time. Take your time. I told him that I'm not gonna rush him. That's just my way to motivate him and let him take his time, but he only got 2 months. All right,
Got
brother.
this. All right.
Gotta get back to
I'll
work.
see you soon.
Tell the last king, AKA Little Ryan, I said what's up.
I will for sure.
All right.
And this one, you're gonna remember this one.
All right, cool.
All right.
He has 2 months. forget all of it. He has 2 months to get it done, or else.
This isn't just a customer, this is a friend. We have a long, long history together, and it was good to just reminisce with him. But now it's really time for me to get back and get on this Jeep because I know how he is, and I'm gonna get a phone call probably before I get back saying, how's my Jeep coming? How's my Jeep coming? So, I'm gonna get back. I went to Orlando, I met with Shaq, and he wants to build a four-door Jeep that really is fit for a person my size. Somebody like him, definitely we need to make it into a two-door Jeep. So I called up my friend Biff. He owns a local dealership down the street. Me and Jeff are gonna check out the Jeep that he found and see if it's gonna work for this build. I brought Jeff with me. Jeff's my designer.
Jeff, how are you?
Good,
Jeff,
how are you?
Nice to meet you, good?
Good to see you, brother.
Nice to see you, Ben. How are you?
Good. So,
You send me on another one of these missions.
yeah, I figured who's the best to call than you, right?
Ryan always gives me calls when he has a hard time finding cars, and I'm able to pull all the connections I have, and I go find him the vehicles that he needs.
I'm here at Quality Toyota. I called Biff, and once again, he came through. He got me a Jeep that is gonna work perfect for this build for Shaq.
Here are the keys.
Jeff, your work's cut out for you, buddy.
That's it?
That's it.
We're gonna take it back to the shop now. I took some measurements of it, and when we get back, I'll get started on the rendering and put something together that hopefully Shaq will be happy with.
Biff, always.
My
always.
pleasure,
Thank
brother.
you, brother.
You got it,
Always.
man. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, man.
All right, we'll see you again
All
soon.
right, man.
I'm gonna go back to the shop. I'm gonna get with the team and get this thing built. Ready to go, buddy?
Yeah, see you back at the shop.
All right, cool.
Shotgun. Oh.
Jeff just handed me the rendering of the Shaq Jeep. I'm gonna go sit down with Kenny and Scott and go over this build, kind of figure out what our steps are gonna be. Here it is.
Another Jeep?
Yeah, another Jeep. It seems like we're doing a lot of Jeeps, huh? This one's special, though. It's for this guy that's like this big. I had Jeff do the rendering really quick. Pretty straightforward.
That's nice.
We'll do a, light bar on the roof, do some front and rear bumpers, side steps. I'm thinking maybe we'll do metal fenders on this.
Poison spider look?
Yeah. Lift it, just do some leather and suede, real clean and simple. I've done so many cars for him, and he's always like, cut the roof off a Mercedes, build this, and it'll always come through. So now it's like, do this Jeep. And I'm thinking, it's an easy one, we'll be able to get in and out. He's like, I don't want crazy stereo, no crazy interior, clean, simple, be able to get in and drive it.
Be cool.
No problem. Then he says, make a four-door or two-door. That's the problem. We're one day in already. We got to get this thing broken down today, make sure all the parts are ordered, make sure everything's on its way, and get on it. For this build, we're gonna start with a 2010 Jeep Wrangler. Since it's for Shaq, it's gotta be big. So we're gonna crank it up with Pro Comp suspension and Fox shocks, and a MagnaFlow exhaust system to really make it growl. So the next step is to go from 4 doors to 2. To do that, we're gonna cut 2 doors in half and weld them together to create one Shaq-sized door. Custom windows and door panels will make these doors look factory. We'll then break out the BSF paint and turn this Jeep matte black. Poison Spider fenders, front and rear bumpers, a Smitty-built winch, and rigid industry lights will take this Jeep from ordinary to extraordinary. All of this will sit on MHT wheels and General tires. Next, we'll embroider Shaq's signature on black leather and suede road wire seat covers, so everyone will know whose Jeep this is. The dash will be painted glossy black, and the stereo will be pumping with a Bluetooth head unit, 2 12-inch subwoofers, and 5 amplifiers powered by Pioneer, and all lit up with Oracle lights. So it's time to get down to business and build the perfect ride for Dr. Shaq. TikTok, Doc.
So I just met with Ryan and Scott on the Shaq build. Now it's time to get my guys and get it torn down.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So when I first met with Shaq, it was, don't worry, you got plenty of time on this build. Blammo! By the time I got back to the shop, it was already tick-tock, tick-tock. He only had 2 weeks left. we got the Jeep in, it's already tore down. I'm gonna go downstairs, all the parts from ProComp showed up. I wanna make sure it's everything that we needed. Boom. You got all of our stuff, Jordan?
Yeah, came all in right now. Unloading the boxes. Gonna lay it all out and get ready.
This is that new 4.5-inch lift they said.
Yeah, the 4.5 Rubicon lift.
Yeah. So we got Fox shocks for it. We have the Magnaflow exhaust.
Rubicon lift, get it all going in.
So you think you can have it done tonight?
Yeah.
Okay. On this build, we didn't want to go too crazy with the lift. I mean, again, we wanted to make this build simple, something you can get in and drive all the time. So we went with the ProComp Rubicon lift. That's actually only 4.5 inches. So we should be good. Get it on tonight. Yep. Stay on schedule. Get Esteban and the Fab guys over here tomorrow. We'll knock it out.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's do it. The Jeep is fully stripped down right now. Jordan's got his team and all of his parts here, so we're gonna get the suspension done today. Once the suspension's done, Esteban and the Fab guys are gonna actually come over here, fab up the doors. Hopefully that only takes a couple days and we can get it over to the body shop and we can really start getting this thing done. TikTok, Doc.
We got it up on our jack stands, all four, so the car's up in the air. We put a jack underneath the axle and we have lowered the suspension, took off the tie rod in so we could extend it. Had the axle drop down, we took out the old springs, we got the new springs here. I got the lower control arms about ready to put in right now. All that they do is put the upper control arms back in, put our sway bar extenders on, and then bolt it all in tight and tight, and then put the tires on, lift it back up. Whammo!
So the team stayed late last night, finished up all the suspension. Now the guys from Fox are here to install the new shocks.
We came by the shop today with our new Performance Series shock. What makes this thing unique is that they're aluminum body. Traditionally, most shocks are steel body. And what that allows is that it runs cooler. Since aluminum dissipates heat faster than steel, it's like having a larger diameter shock. For Shaq, what does that mean to him? He's going to be able to, have great on-road use, but if he wants to get serious and go off-road, it's going to give him all the capabilities that he wants. All of our shocks were developed in the desert, off-road desert racing, and then also short course racing. So we take all the stuff that we learned from that gnarly, heavy jumping and smashing and longevity use over time in the desert, and we apply it to this application where it's street use with light off-road use.
We got this Jeep right here that we need to stretch a little bit. It's going to go for Shaq, so right now it's a little bit too small for him to get inside. So it gives him a little bit of trouble. So right now what Carlos and Menya are doing, we're taking some measurements and see where the points that we need to cut at so we can stretch it up. Now it's time to cut and do this thing. So what we're doing is we're going to chop it up and bring it back like about 13 inches and a half.
One down, one more to go.
So when I first met with Shaq, it was, don't worry, you got plenty of time on this build, 2 months, no rush. By the time I got back to the shop, it was already tick-tock, tick-tock. He only had 2 weeks left. And now Chicago's on his way to check in on this build.
Uh-oh, there he is.
How you doing?
You good?
So he sent you down here to check?
Of course. You know how you are.
Oh, man.
Slow, late.
Vicky, can you let us in?
Let us in. Thank you. Who's the boss? I just came down here to check out this vehicle for Big Fella, because he's in Florida, I'm here in LA, and I'm pleasantly surprised. Whoa.
So 5 days in,
okay.
It's lifted. The fab work is already being done for the two-door. You can't even tell, but the opening is probably 13 inches bigger. So this is the factory door.
Wow. That's gonna be crazy. So how do you move all this stuff over?
We're basically gonna slice the door in half, extend it,
And then put a piece in the middle.
put a piece in the middle.
Wow, look at this. That extra length on that door, people are gonna be shocked when they see this driving down the street.
I mean, 5 days in, look at where we're at.
I should have this like in like 2 days.
No, don't get your hopes up.
Shaquille, I'm driving this vehicle. I will be driving this vehicle. You can keep all the other 15 cars you got, 20 cars you got in the garage. I'm taking this one out. I'm impressed, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm impressed with the dang time.
We're in good shape. I got a good team now, man. I'm telling you, things change. As we grow, we just get better.
Even though we did have issues with the time, we were always happy with the end product. It didn't make a difference because we were always happy with the end product. So, again, now it's even better. We're gonna be happy with the end product, and it's on time. So, we got a win-win here. I'm happy.
But these guys
I'm sure
are not
he'll be
playing
happy.
around. He'd be good.
What else you got around there? All right, I've seen everything I need to see here. The car looks great. I'm out.
Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. Everything's going pretty good, and then, of course, we get a hiccup.
I'm trying to find doors for 2010 Jeep Wrangler.
They're definitely hard to find, so, you know, we'll see what happens. Build's going really well. I mean, everything got done. The lift is done. We got all the shocks in. Everything's going pretty good. And then, of course, we get a hiccup.
Hey, I was giving you a call. I'm trying to find doors for 2010 Jeep Wrangler, 4-door. All I need is the door skins. Really? Okay, do you know anybody that would? I've already called about 10 places, and it's just disappointing. I mean, I wouldn't even think that they would be this hard to find.
So we got to find Jeep doors, which honestly, I never would have thought Jeep doors are hard to find, but they're definitely hard to find. So, you know, we'll see what happens.
The 2 front doors, passenger and driver. Please tell me you have them. Really? Can I come and get them now?
So the Jeep doors finally showed up. Now it's time for me to get downstairs, get a little dirty with the guys, and start cutting them in half. This build has been one of those builds that was doing great in the beginning, and then we kind of got, boom, we hit a little bit of a roadblock because we couldn't find doors. You think a Jeep, you should be able to find doors anywhere, but we finally got them. So now the next step is to cut the doors in half, and the biggest reason why we had to get another factory door was because we wanted to keep all the edge molding. We wanted to keep everything factory.
The best way to do these doors is actually taking 2 doors, cut them in 2 different areas, and actually join them together. The reason is there's a lot of seal surfaces, seal channels, and all the deal moldings and everything that you really have to remanufacture. That's really too hard.
So the first step is lay the door out, tape it off where we need to do our line. We're gonna cut the door in half. Flip it over, cut the other side. So that is a shack-sized door. We're gonna join it with the new door. We'll weld that all together. And then after we weld it together, we're gonna make a new door reinforcement, so it's actually gonna be stronger than the factory door. Now that's how we do it. When you stand back and look at the door when it's done, it's gonna look like Jeep made the door, just 17 inches longer. The biggest issue is gonna be making the glass. Kenny's got some magic in his pocket. He's gonna pull out, he's gonna sprinkle it on there. Boom, we're gonna have some new glass. So I'm gonna make sure the door gets done. He's gonna make sure the glass gets done. And then hopefully Shaq will be one happy man.
Glass is probably the hardest part of a build because we have to manufacture our own glass and our own tooling. So we have a Mercedes-Benz we did, and we did the same process. So actually what we had to do was actually make all of the glass out of aluminum. After we're done with this, we'll take it out. We'll mold both sides of it with fiberglass, put a steel structure around it, and now I'll send that out to a glass house that'll actually stamp my glass shoot it to the next area, quench it, it'll come out as a finished piece of glass. We have nothing really to go off of, so we actually have to make a cardboard template of the opening. And then find out what the old curvature of the glass is and actually roll a whole entire piece of aluminum to the correct shape. They give me all the dimensions, so when I actually manufacture it, it's exactly what I get back. So the first step is to go make a template of the opening, cut some aluminum, trim it out, roll it, and get it in position. Since this is a big build for Shaq, Ryan really wanted me to step up a notch. So I called Larry from Poison Spider to come down to really give me the best of the best. But he's on his way down, give me some parts. What's happening?
How are you?
Long time no see, huh?
Nice to see you.
Ready for another build?
I'm ready. I love
So you
it.
got me some fenders or what?
I got you some flares, but I heard on the way down you might need some more stuff, so...
Yeah, I need some bumpers, some rear bumpers, some rockers, and an LED bar.
We're on it. We'd love
I think you got it, right?
Yep, we got it. I'm Larry McRae with Poison Spider. We are a Jeep armor company. We actually build parts for Jeeps that are heavily used off-road. So if you buy a Jeep, which is a very capable vehicle, but don't want to destroy the body while you take it out and play with it, then our parts are there to help protect it. This set of the front flares, all the hardware's in here, the instructions are in here, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with now.
Oh, yeah.
All the internal brackets and gusseting are in here. They're ready for paint.
Let's go get inside and see what it looks like in the car.
Let's do it.
I guess I'll walk backwards.
It's not my first rodeo, huh?
No.
Kenny called. All he asked for was a set of the flares that he'd worked with before. When we got here, we realized that it could, you know, the bumpers were off, the rocker protection was off. We realized it could use a lot more. So Kenny and I talked. We kind of looked at the rendering to figure out what parts we had that would fit the build, and so we came up with another list of products that finished the Shaq build. So this is the passenger side.
Very nice. This is exactly what I thought.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
So Larry from Poison Spider just came. We just went over the build. So I can't wait to get it all fitted and get it off the paint.
Doors are completed. Now it's time to get over to the body shop so we can get this thing painted. Kenny, you got some horsepower?
Yep.
Let's go. We're gonna go down Sunset. We're gonna make a left on Hollywood Boulevard. And then we're gonna pull up over here to the hangar. Hold on, hold on. We don't got any power steering. Now that's a big door. A little bit too big for me, but perfect for Dr. Shaq. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So we're off to take a trip down memory lane. Wanna go have some lunch in my old shop? It's kind of funny. This is where we filmed the first episode of Pimp My Ride on the grounds of Inglewood. So we're off to take a trip down memory lane. I invited the family to go for an outing. We're gonna go by Laguna Niguel, my first shop, then we're gonna go to Compton, my second shop, then we're gonna go to Inglewood, my third shop, and we're gonna end in the LA shop. But I think it'll be a good little trip for the family to kind of see where West Coast Customs started and where we're at today. I started my first shop in 1993 when I was about 19 years old. We started in Laguna Niguel, small shop. I think it was about 1,500 square feet. And to look at that to where we are today, it's definitely a huge, huge difference. My sign was right there.
Where?
At the corner. And it was painted right there. It was the first graffiti sign ever. Here it is. What do you think? How you doing?
Good.
I'm Ryan. Nice to meet you. This is my family. I just kind of given them a little tour.
It's changed a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's still the same. This was the showroom. Right outside that street is where Big Dane left me when he didn't pay my bill.
I'll start off as a client. I bought him my brand new truck, and I had no intention on paying him when I was to pick up the truck. And me and my buddy drove off. Something told me not to do him like that, so I bagged up and I rolled the window down. I said, don't ever let somebody come to you and get service and you don't get paid. And he looked at me and was like, what am I gonna do? And ever since that day, my life has changed and we have become basically brothers ever since then.
The first $5,000 loan got this place.
This is one.
And then we put a little, yeah, had a dream.
Next up, Conte.
Definitely fun to bring the family with me just to show them the history of the company because all they know is Dad works. They never see me. But going down that memory lane with them, I think, means a lot because at the end of the day, they know if you work hard, you can get what your goal is. It's kind of funny because none of this stuff was here. 855, that was the spot right there. Big Dane basically picked me up from Laguna Niguel and dropped me off right here and said, go make some money. And the only protection I had was him. I think the biggest surprise was going to Compton and seeing that industrial park turned into like a food court. It's like the shop that I was in is a restaurant. It's pretty crazy. Want to go have some lunch in my old shop? It's kind of funny. Let's go have some lunch.
Going to the second shop was the biggest surprise to me because it doesn't look like there could be any automotive work done in there. It was a restaurant, so that was a big shock to be eating where you'd build cars, I guess.
Next up, Englewood.
And Inglewood, I think, was pretty cool. You know, this guy is in there, he does restorations of cars. He didn't really want us in the shop because he was busy, you know, had his guys working on what they were doing. To see the outside of it and see how that area is all changed, but to still see Bastoli Auto Body down there and Jimmy and his dad arguing, it kind of brings back a lot of memories. This is where we filmed the first episode of Pimp My Ride. Me and Exhibit right here on the grounds of Inglewood. Inglewood was probably the place where the brand really grew the biggest and the fastest there. You know, I was there for 2 years.
That's where we started to like blow up and get bigger then. Started to film Pimp My Ride.
This is where I hired Ish. So Ish started working back there. Then we got like a real team.
I started working on West Coast. And, you know, and to be honest, that was one of my greatest decisions I ever made in my life.
So the crew started getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Next up, LAX.
Yeah, let's go. Let's roll. Definitely LAX was the opening of my eyes of this is a real business. We need to take this serious. It's not a little shop with a couple guys. Now we have the eyes of the world on us.
Yes, Dad.
Wow, Dad, I remember this shop.
5301. It's just such a different world to kind of go backwards today and see, you know, where I started, where I was grinding in the back of this little tiny shop in Laguna Niguel, and then boom, we did Pimp My Ride, and we wound up right here in this shop.
Dad, who'd you meet here?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's kind of everybody's stuff here. We succeeded, and we're still up and going when all these other shops that I know growing up all failed and are all gone, and we're still here, only bigger. We're actually where Big Dane's office used to be.
Dane had to put his head under that every time.
Yeah, he used to hit his head on that thing.
Watch your head, please.
He used to get mad.
WCC, Dad.
2006.
It was good to take the boys to this. Little Ryan always knew where his dad kind of came from in a sense, but Dylan just kind of came when it was all there. So to see that it started from something small and grew into a great thing for Dylan was a great thing to do.
I think my dad has worked really hard for, you know, what he's achieved in his life, and like he didn't get it easily. I mean, you saw today that he worked from a little shop in Laguna Niguel all the way to Compton, to Inglewood, to Los Angeles, to now to Corona. I mean, he's worked really hard for what he has.
I got nothing.
Yeah, I want to say something. WCC, XLK. Yeah.
Last K.
The tour of the shops are complete. You know, it was a good trip down memory lane. It was good to bring the family and let them see where the business has grown. But really, I got to get back to Corona and get on Shaq's Jeep. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. The interior is where I'm a little stuck because what do we do?
That's like a nice piece of glass.
So the bodywork is done. It's in primer. TikTok, Doc. Normally on a build for Shaq, in the past they've been, you know, wild, cut roofs off and do all these crazy things. This one's fairly simple, and I thought I was gonna be able to get this thing done quick. and it looks like it's probably gonna be done in the amount of time that he gave me, which is okay. You know, at the end of the day, I want him to see how perfect it is, and that's all that matters right now. So where we're at with this build right now, all the fabrication is done, the glass is out getting made, the lift is done, the wheels and tires are here, the exhaust is finished. The biggest part that's left right now is to get with Ishmael, go over what the interior is gonna look like, and get this Jeep finished. All right, Ish, let's talk about this one.
Talk to me.
Since we've been building Shaq cars for how long? Like 13 years probably,
yeah,
almost?
maybe more.
Probably as much as since I've known you.
Yeah.
Everything he always wants is crazy, big, extravagant, like over the top.
That's Shaq.
Right.
That's his style.
So now, his new style, since he's grown up and he's Dr. Shaq, he wants it simple. Basically, this is a challenge because usually we're used to building Shaq some crazy, extravagant, you know, build. This one, he's like, keep it simple. So I'm keeping it simple, but it's hard for West Coast Customs to keep anything simple.
Dr. Shaq is on a whole new level. You have to be more sophisticated.
Interior is where I'm a little stuck because what do? You know, we usually always put the Superman emblem. We always do like this crazy stereo system. I honestly think it's probably just black leather, black suede with stitching, and then maybe we do a signature in it this time.
Well, since the car is gonna be all black, black rims, black paint, I'm gonna stick around with the black. Because remember, once you go black, you can never go back. That's what they say, right? So just black leather and suede. You want me to come up with a design, like something nice, or?
If you want. It's only 2 seats, so it's pretty easy for you. I told Ish, the good thing is it's only 2 seats, 2 door panels. You know, do what you do best. We want to keep it all black, do a little bit of suede. We'll put his signature in the seat instead of the Superman logo that we've done in the past, and just kind of keep it a little low-key. I'll get his signature digitized, and we'll send it over to him.
I'm gonna give him a call later on.
What you say, Ish? What? You gonna understand him?
Well, he's gonna have a problem.
Remember when he gets mad, though?
He's gonna get a problem and try to understand my English.
Yeah, that's true. You guys will be good on the phone together. In about a day, hopefully they'll be done. I'll check them out. And then hopefully this thing will be off into paint, and we can get this build done.
Now it's time for you to guys get out of here, because it's time for me to start working on the seat, so vámonos, vámonos. First thing I gotta do is get rid of the ticket thing, because I don't think the ticket thing is valuable like Shaquille's signature. No bueno, this is muy bueno. Let's do this. Bada bing, bada boom. Vámonos. Next.
So the bodywork is done. It's in primer. Now it's off to get painted. TikTok, Doc. So the Jeep's out of paint. It looks amazing. We went with a matte black. I mean, originally, Shaq didn't really even know what color he wanted. He was thinking black. He was thinking, you know, some crazy burgundy colors like I used to paint him. But this one, I think, turned out perfect, and I think he's gonna love it.
So we just got the glass back. Let's open up, see what we got. Nice color. That looks like a nice piece of glass. Yeah. What's the time to get on there? See what it looks like.
Perfecto. Coming up on Inside West Coast Customs. So we just made it to Orlando. We're about to go surprise Shaq.
Ryan's son.
Ryan who?
Who builds your cars?
Oh, from West Coast.
All right, here we go. All right. So we're doing a build for Shaquille O'Neal, longtime customer, good friend of mine. Haven't built him a car in a long time. Funny thing is, he wants a Jeep. To get Shaq to fit in a Jeep, definitely got to start with a 4-door, turn it into a big 2-door. We're gonna lift it up. We're gonna put a 4-inch Pro Comp lift on it. We're gonna add front and rear bumpers to it, some side steps for him, then a winch for the front. So I definitely want to make the interior look good. So I got with Ish, we came up with a clean, simple idea. Black leather, black suede, add Shaq's signature to it. And of course, we gotta have a good stereo. So we added 2 10-inch subs, some amplifiers, some new speakers. To finish it off, we're gonna do a matte black exterior paint job, add some gloss black interior pieces, and it'll be ready to go. So doing this build for Shaq has really been great. I mean, it's really taken me back in history and been able to remember all the cars that I built him. I mean, I've done him crazy, crazy cars. And this Jeep still is a little crazy, but it's simplified, and I think he's gonna love it. So the next step is get the final assembly done and get it off to Florida. So the Shaq Jeep is finally done. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but it's loaded in the trailer. It's ready to go to Orlando. Now it's time for me to get to the airport. So we just made it to Orlando. Dan just pulled up with the Jeep. We're about to unload it and go surprise Shaq. Today was a good day, you know. We got here, we unloaded the truck. Chicago helped us out with that since it is a little hard for me to drive since I'm so short when it's set up for him. Dude, look at that, see that door? Boom.
It doesn't close like the Mercedes. You said you was gonna close and it's gonna see all this.
So what's the plan, Dad?
So you pull it in, get it in position. Me and little Ryan are gonna go knock on the door and wake him up, bring him out here, and then we'll just kind of give him a big surprise. Because he doesn't even know we're here.
Okay, cool.
All right?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Big-ass house.
Boom. Welcome to Florida. You feel that? You're sweating already? Me and little Ryan took a journey into the house, you know? We did the polite thing, though, first. We knocked, right?
Yeah.
We knocked.
Let's go in.
There, you go first. You're a kid. He won't kill you. And then he didn't answer, so he said, Ryan, go in. So he peeked his head in.
Think he's sleeping?
I don't know. Maybe.
I hear a TV. It's this way. This way. Nice house.
Want some mommy cookie something real quick? Is that him out on the pier?
Look, it's Shaq on the pier.
There he is.
Right there. Oh, maybe he's in the office.
Yeah, we did knock, though. Kinda. We didn't ring the doorbell. Oh, you go first.
Yeah. Oh, I ain't doing nothing. I'm just sitting here polishing up. Might hear me. Hold on for a sec. One of Sharif's friends is here. I'll call you back. Sharif ain't here, bro. He went back to L.A.
No, it's Ryan's son.
Who?
Little Ryan.
Shaq hasn't seen Ryan for like almost 10 years. And Ryan's like, no, it's me, little Ryan. Who? What?
Ryan's son.
Ryan who?
Who builds your cars.
Oh, from West Coast?
Yeah.
Oh, you was a little boy that used to come to the parties?
Yeah.
What up, Swag Daddy?
What up?
Looking good, bro.
Thanks. He didn't really know who I was, but after I told him who I was, he was like, oh, wow, it's been forever since I've seen you now. I was like, yeah, I guess so, but you should still kind of remember me.
Where's your father? Oh, there he is.
What up? What up?
What up, bro?
I thought I would just throw him in first to see if you even remember what he looked like, right?
No.
Wow.
You threw him in first because you just walked in.
Yeah.
Don't they got security cameras, brother?
Of course, I know.
What's
I
up,
know.
baby?
How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Good to
Miss
see you.
man.
I know, me too,
Proud
man.
of you, bro. Doing a good job on your show.
I'm trying. Brought you a surprise.
What kind of surprise?
We brought you a special surprise. Come check it out.
Seriously?
Yeah, for real. I promise. I promise.
Ryan, I'm working.
Come on, I'm all the way out here. I'm in Florida. I came to Florida for you.
I'm looking at the stock market. What?
I
Ashton Kutcher, where you at? What's this, punk?
No, I promise. This is, you trust me. Just come on. I wouldn't have came all the way out here. Come on. Cover his eyes. Cover his eyes.
I can't cover. He's too tall.
No, get on his back. Cover his
No,
eyes.
I don't want to get on his back.
See it.
You used to get on my back when you was little.
eyes.
You used to get on my back when you was
He used to
little. Let's
carry
go.
you like this.
I'm still Uncle Shaq. So stand up here and get on my back and cover my eyes.
God.
I'm still Uncle Shaq.
There you go. All right.
To the door. 1, 5, 6.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go. All right.
Yeah. I'm about to kill it with the Jeep.
Thought he was gonna throw you like a football.
Yeah, I know. He picked me up on his shoulders and like started running around, and then he almost pushed my dad off the stairs. I mean,
I stepped on his foot. Did you see his shoe came off? It was good.
It was a whole ball of fun.
The best
right
part,
there.
though, was when you covered his eyes.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Beep, beep. Who got the keys to my Jeep? Yeah.
When you see Shaq and you bring him a car, he's a car guy. He loves cars. He's appreciative always, and he wasn't expecting this. You know, it was just a good feeling, and you know, it's kind of good to get out of the shop too.
First 7-footer with a Jeep. All you big NFL players and all that, you want a big old Jeep, call your boy Ryan.
Yes, sir.
Because I went to the Jeep dealership, I looked at it one, I didn't think it could be done.
You couldn't even get in it, probably.
Couldn't get in it.
Let's do it. Show me Orlando.
Probably about to be my favorite car.
I think so.
I mean, the Jeep is nice, it's simple. Ryan says he can build anything, so, you know, he's never told me no. So, said Ryan needs to give me a black Jeep, so when I roll up to my boy Jason Williams, he know that we represent. So I can't wait to just ride with the top down, and, you know, just go to my office and come home, or just ride to the gym and come back. It's gonna be nice. Bro, never had this much leg room in the car.
Ever, right? Like, you can stretch out and be comfortable.
This is a retirement leg room right here, baby. Man.
When are you retiring?
I'm already retired.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, brother.
Usually, you know, the customers come to the shop, but me delivering this car all the way here to Orlando, bringing Ryan along, you know, we've had some fun just hanging out here. We took care of Shaq. I think he's happy, but I think it's really time for me to get back to work and him to get back to school.
Oh,
Let's go. Next time on Inside West Coast Customs. Usually here at West Coast Customs, we're building custom cars, but a trailer that folds out into a mobile Skype lounge. Get it! When is Comic-Con? Like in 30 days? Whoa.
The biggest Coke can I've ever opened.
All right, Ish, we got another one.
What is this?
I don't remember the last time we ever missed a deadline, and I really don't want to start now. The thing's got to be a Comic-Con, and that's all there is to it.